Like a crack of a whip, I snap a tap, front to back, in this thing called rap. Dig it like a shovel, rhyme.
No dreams left behind.
Bang the bass.
Thank you, thank you. That song reminds me, I know it's kind of a strange song, that song reminds me of one thing, actually a couple things. It reminds me that I've got the power and you've got the power, and through this opportunity, we have the power to change lives. I want to share with you how a t-shirt printer can reach the level of platinum. Thank God platinum's a team thing, because the number one thing I had was I believed. I made all the mistakes twice, but I kept going. And through that, I recruited some pretty incredible people that decided they wanted to be a part of a ring owner organization and a platinum organization, and they dedicated themselves 6 months ago to work hard. And forgive me if I mentioned a few names because they deserve the recognition. And one is Bronze Executive Director out of California as well, Angela Najar. Bronze ED, Nicole and Dwayne Enns from Canada actually, but in California. I know it's strange, but you'll get it. Audra Wilkes, also from California. Don Powers, Susan Chauncey, Kathy Boise, Jason McCann, Scott Leading, some incredible individuals. You know, we've heard the same thing all weekend. It's kind of along the same lines, today. And there's a tip there. And that is the system. But there's more to the system. There's also the belief. And I want to talk to you. How many people here are for the first time at a convention? Come on, scream it out. Here's a key factor about me. 3 years ago, somebody yell out from 201. Okay, I was in 201 3 years ago, and all I could see was the birds and the spotlights right in front of my head. Okay, and I decided after coming to the convention 3 weeks into the business that I wanted to be down here. How many of you want to be down here? And through recruiting and making an exposure, which is what I want to talk about today, one exposure to the next moves you down, down, down to here in 3.5 years. In this company, I want to talk to you about something I believe is a key factor to your success in building your business. It's helped me along the way. And we just heard a little bit of that. It's the mindset. Some of you haven't figured out that yet. Maybe you're brand new. You haven't experienced that our company changes lives. Our membership, our opportunity changes lives. Having access to legal rights changes lives. Folks, we have a problem out there, and we're losing lives to the busyness of life. You hear me? I was going down the road last week, and some of you remember me from last year. I stood on this stage, and we got the six-figure ring. And my son was here. It was his birthday. Well, his birthday was last week, and we're driving down the road, and my son said to me, "Dad," at 15 years old, he turned to me. I almost drove my car off the road. He turned to me and he goes, "Dad, my life seems like an unending checklist." At 15. Folks, we have a solution for him in prepaid legal. Don't we? We have a solution for those people that are busy with life here. There's a life to live beyond the paycheck. I want to spend a few minutes with you to help you connect to the power we all have to change lives. And if they choose to, they can escape the cubicle jungle that they think is the only way. That's how I was raised. I was told to get a good job, get benefits, and you're going to be fine. We have a message to carry to thousands of those people. No matter how good the products are or how good the comp plan is, and we have the best, right? Those alone can't make you successful. Can they? You only have to do a few things in this business to be hugely successful. And here they are. Number one, show up. Work the system, the conference calls, the briefings. Invest 2 hours a week to escape that 40-hour-week meeting you go to now. Number two, treat it like a business. Stay in A activity mode all the time. Single-minded focus on one goal. See, the little goals along the way add up to the big dream, right? See, I wanted to be talking to you today 3 years ago, but that wasn't my initial goal. I had to set goals along the way to reach that dream and to be able to support my family in this great company. Exposures, follow-ups, three-way calls. Number three, believe in yourself and your company and your products. Believe you have in your hands the message people need, like me, 4 years ago. See, here's the truth. I didn't know what I was looking for years ago. But because Brian Carruthers shared with me, and he was excited, and he was exciting, I became part of this crusade. Some of you aren't sure the message needs to be told, and it's that hesitation that holds you back. See, before I moved it from my head to my heart, my exposures looked something like this. Now, some of you might be able to relate. You walk up to somebody standing in line or in a car and you go, you know, Sally, I have this thing I need to give you. Okay? It won't take long. And I know you're probably not interested. But my upline told me that if I handed out a few of these things, I might be successful. And I know it's a real challenge, it's a real bother, and I don't want you to be mad at me. Please, take a look at it. I'm not even sure I'm interested. But I was told I needed to do that. Folks, that's not it, but that's what I was doing because I hadn't moved it from here to here, the system to my heart and this company and Heart and Stone Ciphers Crusade. Let me show you an example that is both exciting and excited about something very, very simple. Now, understand, folks, this video is some poor quality, but I think you get the message. Can we roll the video?
The new Comcast HD Triple Play. Faster internet, unlimited calling, and the most HD anytime I want.
That's really...
I'm pumped! Well, that's it.
Get triple excited.
She's pumped up about TV. HD TV. How pumped up are you about what we have? Folks, it's easier in here. See, all of us are in. You had to believe strong enough, long enough to be the messenger and take the message to the people once they leave here. Take the message to the people once they leave here. When you put system knowledge with being excited and exciting, all that's left is to go fishing. Put more lines in the water. I had a privilege of fishing with Mr. Brian Carruthers and Mr. Mark Smith about 2 years ago. He probably doesn't remember this, at his dock in Chesapeake Bay. And we're sitting there fishing, and Angela Najjar, the bronze executive director, beat all the guys in the fishing contest, by the way, ladies. Okay? She has the ruler to prove it. But here's the deal. Mr. Mark Smith turned around and goes, this is just like our business. You have to have a lot of lines in the water. Something very, very simple impacted me. See, we built a team that has earned the ring and achieved the platinum level through this simple exposure of putting lines in the water. Let me show you an example of an exposure that I used just last week standing in the Apple iPhone store. I'm standing there on a weekend. I never go shopping on the weekend. And the lady's standing there and go, man, is this line always this long? This line always this long? Yeah, it's always this way. I go, well, I don't know. I never shop on a weekend. You never shop on a weekend? No, I usually do my shopping during the week while everybody else is working. You're not working? Yeah, I work, but I have the privilege of working from my home. It's just a few feet down from my master bedroom. Really? What is it you do? What is it I do? Well, I'm glad you asked. I just so happen to have the company I represent on this CD. I would like to leave it with you because here's the deal. Our company is exploding all over the United States and Canada, and we're looking for more people. We can't get to all the people that want our products. So I know before you recommend me to your friends and family and your neighbors, you're going to want to know what I do. So I'd like to leave this behind with you. Would that be okay, Sally? Absolutely. Let me take the number down. That's great. Because here's the deal. I will bring them in the company, and I'll train them to do what I do. Now, 7 out of 10 times, folks, that person's going to call me tomorrow, or I'm going to follow up with them, and they're going to say, you didn't ask me, but would you work with me? Can you do that? See, that's throwing lines in the fire. So that's perfect for you people like myself that didn't want the rejection. I didn't ask them. I asked them if they knew somebody. And so I'm going to call them up and say, hey, did you think of some referrals for me? And they're going to say, yeah, I did, but as Mr. Crow said, but I want you're going to make money on, I'll get in. Okay? See, some will, some won't bite. It's not the decision that makes the difference, that matters. It's the persistent, consistent activity of making exposures. See, when you tie all this together and you're plugging into the system, you're getting head knowledge, and you start hearing the stories of what this company has done with the membership and the opportunity, and you begin to build up all this, and it gets stronger and stronger. You can't wait to get the message out like HDTV. And the more you get the message out and the learned knowledge and the activity knowledge, learned knowledge and activity knowledge, your ratios begin to improve, and more people join your crusade, and your life begins to change, and your zip code changes. Mine's changed 3 times in 4 years. I live in $1 million home in the Granite Bay, California area. I came from a rural area in a duplex, which I thought was the American dream because I didn't know. Your mind's like underwear. When it expands, it can't go back. We're not going back. See, when your life begins to change, your zip code changes, and then someone walks up to you and say, hey, Steve, is that one of those pyramids? See, it's in my heart. So I can say, pyramids? Those are in Egypt, Sally. They don't list them on the New York Stock Exchange. Can you say that? See, it's not the objections. It's got to be here. So when someone walks up to you and says, like my mother tells me all the time, is Steve, I'll be so glad when you get a job with good benefits. I can say, Mom, I've seen that. And here's what I found out. See, in the corporate ladder, you start way down here, right? And a janitor has very little chance for going here to a millionaire and be the CFO. But in this company, I started down here as a junior associate, and I went junior associate, senior associate, manager, director, executive director, 6-figure earner, platinum ED in this business. Folks, how many lines can you put into water every day? I want to leave you with an analogy that I woke up with in the middle of the night. I was praying, and I was going round and round. What can I give these people? I'm talking to you, the brand new associates. And I believe this is the message. Are you a fisherman or are you a farmer? Are you a fisherman or are you a farmer? See, a farmer needs the soil and prepares the soil. A fisherman puts many lines in the water. Folks, the soil has been prepared. For 37 years, it's been planted and needed and replanted and needed and it's fertile for your seed. See, folks, when this business moves from your head to your heart, it becomes passion, and passion moves people. It moves you and I. And I would submit to you that we're fishermen, taking the message to people in need of lives being changed. So let me ask you again, folks. Are you a farmer or are you a fisher of men? Some of you are preparing the soil for a prospect you've been chasing for months and for years. Thousands are waiting for you to throw them a line. All you have to do is make a decision this weekend to decide right now. Then when someone steps on your dreams, you can respond with the truth and you can tell them your story and the story of 100+ millionaires in this company. See, the story becomes powerful. And the exposure becomes your message and it becomes easy and you want to tell everyone like HDTV. Right? Are you with me? You've taken a big step by being here. Folks, 3 weeks into business, Mr. Crows told me I need to be here. I go, are you kidding me? I was running a business. And if I wasn't there, the business didn't run. I took his word. I stood on faith. And folks, he's coached me all on the way. He'd prefer coach me a lot more. I didn't need to listen more. But here's the facts. He impacted lives last night at the ED Banquet. I hope you were there. He impacted my life, even though I didn't know I needed to listen. You've taken a big step to be here. Have you hung your hat, your dreams, your future right here in Prepay Legal? Have you? Have you made that decision? Will you make that decision before you leave? I promise you will after tomorrow. But see, the head knowledge is not going to get it done. You've got to move from here to there and know you have a message that the world needs to hear. Because if you do, I will see you cross the stage as an ED, bronze, silver, gold, platinum. I'll I'll see you in OKC. Thank you.